How much do you really know about what your children are being taught in school, especially when it comes to religious instruction? Rowan Wen joins us live. Rowan, there's growing concern about the secretive methods of one organisation preaching in our classrooms. What have you discovered?
Well, Cam, they're paid millions of dollars by governments to deliver religious instruction in our state schools. Now, they're not meant to try and convert the kids, but critics say that's exactly what they're doing. They also stand accused of misleading parents and using secret codes to hide what they're really teaching our kids. And when the parents complain, this group calls in the lawyers. It's really quite extraordinary. Let's take a look.
We are the Evangelist. I am the missing link.
All I'm trying to do here is get the truth across to parents.
We're from a current affair. We rang about an interview, but we couldn't get anyone to call us back.
They're a very secretive organisation. They won't answer questions.
They actually just want to talk to somebody in charge.
I'm sorry, they're not available.
You're going to be all transparent or nothing.
They're ducking for cover. This is the fanatical religious group on Australian soil, and they're hiding for good reason. Their dirty tactics are fast becoming exposed. Hidden codes, fear campaigns, misleading parents.
ACCESS Ministry is clearly grooming children.
They're taxpayer funded and they're targeting young school children. And if anyone dares take them on, they'll drag you to court.
They want me to disappear.
Tonight we lift the lid on this secretive fundamentalist group accused of cult-like behaviour.
They were overtly evangelical in their character and their outlook.
There's an increasing number of principals that believe ACCESS Ministry is an unfit organisation to be in our schools.
Kids are coming home saying, will you go to hell because you don't believe in God? Will our pets go to hell because animals don't have souls? Volunteers say things like not to like Jews because Jews killed Jesus Christ, and that Muslims won't go to heaven because they worship a false god.
Week after week, thousands of state schools around the country offer special religious instruction classes, also known as SRI. These classes are run by a number of taxpayer-funded groups, including ACCESS Ministries. It receives millions of dollars from our state and federal governments. But a backlash is brewing about the tactics ACCESS Ministries employ once they're in front of our kids.
Principals and schools for many, many years have just tolerated this.
After years of allowing ACCESS Ministries into his primary school, Principal Joe Kelly decided to investigate exactly what went on when the volunteers turned his classrooms into churches.
Well, they simply want to implant in the minds of very young children certain religious beliefs, and for these children to accept it unquestioningly as fact.
Rather than teaching about religion, the ACCESS Ministries volunteers were attempting to convert the children into its own brand of fundamentalist Christianity.
They believe our public schools are mission fields for creating disciples.
A lot of parents think the kids are being taught about many religions and that it's an educational program rather than an instruction program where they're told what to believe.
Lara Woods has opted her daughter Leah out of special religious instruction over concerns about ACCESS Ministries.
They are a deeply dishonest organisation. If parents really knew what was going on, they wouldn't sign their kids up for SRI.
Online, ACCESS Ministries presents itself as a volunteer organisation that works with state education departments to provide religious education. But Joe Kelly says the reality is very different.
ACCESS Ministry describes its program as education. It's not education. They describe their instructors as teachers, and they're not teachers. They claim their material in Victoria, at least, is approved by the Education Department. It's not.
Instead, Joe says ACCESS Ministries has an unspoken agenda to use our schools to convert our kids to fundamentalism. Officially, the organisation denies this, and volunteers are made to sign an agreement where they promise not to preach. But listen to the way ACCESS Ministries boss Yvonne Patterson described our state schools in a speech she gave to other fundamentalists.
I believe that this is the greatest mission field we have in Australia, our children and our students. Our greatest field for disciple making.
I think when it comes to ACCESS Ministry, Honesty is in short supply.
There's no question that parents are gobsmacked when they find out that there's a missionary group running around handing out evangelical material to preps.
Scott Hedges has also opted his 2 daughters out of special religious instruction after concerns that volunteer missionaries were taking the classes.
ACCESS Ministries wants parents to believe that they are teaching about Christian tradition and how it connects to the values and traditions in Australia. And what they actually are doing is missionary work in the prep class. They are doing Sunday school on a Wednesday.
And here is where ACCESS Ministries' tactics become even more concerning. For a start, their volunteers only receive between 6 to 8 hours of training before entering our schools. And that training is conducted by a self-described evangelical group called Outreach and Church Ministries. This is an OAC ministry spokesperson.
Evangelism is so risky that it's often the thing that's left out. And that's where our group, Outreach and Church Ministries, can actually help, because we are the evangelists. We are the missing link. I am the missing link.
Outreach and Church Ministries was banned from all Victorian schools back in 2013 because for years prior they'd been coming into our schools without permission and delivering the kind of religious instruction that the Department of Education described as completely unacceptable.
They tell our kids that Jesus is a real person and he can be your friend today.
Lara became so concerned about what was being taught by these volunteers, she decided to do some digging.
I've actually bought the books for myself, which has cost me hundreds of dollars.
And that's when she discovered the most evangelical messages are literally hidden in codes, which the school children have to crack. So, if a parent or a teacher checks the books before they're given out to the kids, they may seem harmless enough. It's only once they're filled out that the fundamentalist messages become clear.
I think parents need to see these materials.
Which is why Lara decided to upload one of the course books to the Fairness in Religion in Schools website. But ACCESS Ministries weren't willing to turn the other cheek. How does it feel being legally threatened by a taxpayer-funded religious organisation?
It's really scary.
ACCESS Ministries are demanding Lara remove the workbooks from her website.
They know that the average mum and dad wouldn't approve of what's going on in the classes.
You shouldn't sneak people in as people whisperers or pastoral carers.
Father Bob Maguire is a local legend in Melbourne, and he believes our state schools are no place for missionaries.
There's a bit of something going on in there. There's a bit of hanky-panky going on in there somewhere.
And Bob says ACCESS Ministries is wrong to pass off fiction as fact.
For God's sake, don't start teaching children, especially very young children, that this is the literal truth, because it ain't.
For her part, Lara says she won't be bullied by ACCESS Ministries.
I'm just a mum that's trying to do the right thing by other parents.
It's more than a little bit alarming, and if you're worried about what is being taught at your children's school, please let us know. You can have your say on our Facebook page or on Twitter.